The beginner towers are often the most disregarded and forgotten towers. However, I believe these towers have a potential to be somewhat decent. In this video, we'll be talking about the Hunter, possibly one of the best DPS towers for beginners. Without further ado, let's get right into the discussion. The Hunter has some incredible stats when you look at it. At a glance, many people disregard the tower. However, for a beginner, it is actually really good, as I've been in casual mode with only Hunter, which on its own isn't too bad. Now, before we get into the tower stats, I would like to quickly mention that it costs only 300 coins to unlock the tower. Essentially, it becomes free.
But what do you mean, Choco? It costs 300 coins, which is about 2 rounds of easy mode.
Well then, dear viewer, let me explain. Upon joining the game, you are greeted with a tutorial. After following that tutorial and getting jump scared by the bosses, you are then given 600 coins. After that, you are forced to purchase the Demo Man, which only leaves you with 350 coins. The Hunter costs 300 coins, so you can get the tower for quite essentially free. Now, let's talk stats. At level 0, the placement cost of the Hunter is 750 cash, and it deals 8 damage, has a fire rate of 2.2, and has a range of 18. This gives it about 3.54 DPS, which isn't that bad when you compare it to something like the Demo Man or Sniper. For level 1, the upgrade costs about 200 cash and only gives it a decrease of fire rate, turning it from 2.2 to 1.7, which again is not that bad. For level 2, the upgrade costs 800 cash and increases its damage by 6, making the tower deal 14 damage per shot. It also buffs its range from 18 to 22. This gives it a DPS of 7.96. In my opinion, level 2 is the best level for you to spam Hunters, as it's good at defending the enemies on level 2 while maintaining a relatively cheap price. Level 3 is when stuff gets real. Upgrade itself costs 3,250 cash, which might not sound a lot, but when you're playing at casual mode without farms, it's quite plenty. However, this level gives the tower an incredible boost, from dealing 14 damage to 36 damage per shot, a 1.8 fire rate to 1.6, and an increase of range from 22 to 25. This level massively buffs the tower and gives it a whopping 22.39 DPS. Level 4 is honestly at its best, however it comes with a pretty hefty price. For beginners, the tower now deals a whopping 120 damage per shot, and its range increases from 25 to 28. The downside of this, however, is that the fire rate is increased, where it was a fire rate of 1.6 to a fire rate of 2. This gives the Hunter a final DPS of 59.76. Overall, when compared to towers like Sniper and Demo Man, it definitely is an incredible tower. If only it didn't have its placement limit of 12, I believe it could deal some incredible damage. This tower pairs well with the Demo Man and Sniper, where the Demo Man helps does some crowd control and the Sniper helps deal some damage on the long run. And yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.